bright lights, big city. Boom, baby, boom! Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Your hostess with the mostest, Mark Saint. I love my life, so I go live every morning to motivate. This morning is no different. When I said boom, baby, I was punching back at life. See, today I'm looking even down at the car, right? So my neighbors that was parked on the other side, they were like, "Oh, let me tell my neighbor." And I'm like, man, we're neighbors, bro. Why would you do that? I wouldn't do it to somebody else. And then this morning, it's another Southwest airplane. Day was first, my guy. Shout out to my guy, logo in an hour. Let me get in this. Let me get in this show. I said today I'm gonna do the show from the bed, and I'm gonna roll instead because we're gonna talk about life and punching back in its face. See, life likes to punch people in the face. Yes, shout out to logo in an hour. I'll be posting it today. Day one, my guy, he got in on it, and now he's on the links, looking good, looking fly, doing whatever the fuck he pleases, like we do here at Saints Addiction. We're going live all the time because they're trying to ban my morning marijuana motivation. I'll do a redrop, and then they try to block like I did something wrong. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay creative with my words in my show. I go all sorts of places. I tried to go live from the Grand Canyon. It wouldn't let me, but that's all right. I got to see the views, and it's such a blessing to see the views and shine and show people how to shine and remember how to shine, because sometimes you gotta punch punch life back a little bit. It's a stubborn course for all of us that's ever done anything in our lives, right? We want to get it our lives in a certain way, and then life likes to supposed to turn its way, and it's a tough battle. I don't like to sugarcoat it and pretend that like life is not easy. It's not linear. It's never playing fair. It's always something. I mean, I like to believe that the chaos has its own order. That's what the little Saint Anarchy belief system is, that like there's not everything to be perfect, right? You don't want a perfect life. Even your boy Bruce, goddamn, Bruce Lee was on some don't beg for a perfect life, you know? And it's true. You don't want to have something that's always awesome, and you don't want something that's always sucks either. So when it sucks, I like to battle it back. So I labeled this one "Resistance is Futile." So even if YouTube wants to block my content, there's other places that want my content. I hear Twitter's a good way to post content. I see all sorts of crazy content out there. I'm sure as everyone else when they see it, you know, it's one of those things that it's pervasive, right? You kind of can't even filter it. But I'm doing the morning marijuana motivation every morning, and now like just about every day I get flagged for the show. So I don't know how long the show's gonna go. I'm gonna keep going live on some form or platform. First it was Periscope, now it's YouTube, and now it's life. I've had a situation that my anger got the situation worse, and of my perspective, I also think it's the catalyst that gets me to move on to better things, and I like that. I like movement. I don't like being still. I don't like being complacent. If I'm gonna get punched, I want to return a punch. I'm very Joe Frazier like that. I don't really like to take a lot of shots sitting down. I want to roll with the punches, if you know what I mean. If it's going to be some sort of hiccup or something, again, like not all of it's rainbows and butterflies, but alleviating stress and doing it without having to hurt myself or ingest anything or any of that stuff. You know, I get to be free mentally, spiritually, and when I find that that static comes my way, which I think it's important to identify stress and stressors and triggers and all the good stuff, like why this happened to me or what's going on. Just want to be free like everyone else. I think everybody else wants to be free to live their life on their own terms. And when we start bumping into each other, like the movie Crash, I don't know if anybody remembers that in LA, the day in LA where everybody just kind of crashed into each other, high vibrations. It's tough. We come crashing into each other, you know, not everybody's so happy. Not everything's so perfect and linear. And when this just happens, we talked about faith in this yesterday, I think it was, or day before. We're talking about just a belief in ourselves to be able to cope with situations and not buckle, right? And when lawn chairs around here, we need people with some kind of strength inside them, some inner strength. That's where it's going to have to come from, because it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. And again, the to roll with the punches. In New Orleans we say let the good times roll, and the good times don't always roll, right? So when the good times stop rolling, I highly suggest that you keep rolling. I know it sounds insane to say, hey, I feel a certain way. This is negativity. I want to stay with anger, but like I said, you'll be taught by your anger. It doesn't help the situation. It doesn't help my situation. I'm thinking to myself out loud. I'm parking in my neighbor's spot because they don't really use their spot, right? Because someone's in my spot. Now I put a note on that person saying, please don't park here or tow here. I didn't call the tow company on them. It's happened like 3 times. I still haven't called the tow company on anyone. Wouldn't even think to do. I didn't even know the number existed, honestly. This is just me, fellow man. The other person, right? This is the other thing. I could easily put that note on his instead of his going like, hey, don't park here. I could put one, there's someone parking in my spot. Don't tow me. So it's like my anger kind of taught me as well, right? On all, it is all experiences that I learned. So I try to keep it smooth. I mean, this is pretty much the whole point of me doing this show in the morning, is to just learn a lesson every morning. I want to reach, preach, and teach every morning. We used to Periscope with a purpose. Every morning go with some sort of lesson plan. I used to teach and stay on that lesson plan of us learning from our mistakes, learning from our emotions, learning from our habits and seeing how we would react in certain situations, just to make the betterment of our next situation. So, like I said, it's a new set it down. It's a new day for everyone that has ever had to have their thing on struggle mode or stress mode or any of that other modes that I was experiencing this last week. I was like, man, I'm so grateful I don't react the same way anymore. It's such a trip to see things where I do remember where a fucking bill would stress me out. I do remember where a situation would stress me out, and then I couldn't live in the moment. And I've lost some awesome moments around the world. I was like, no, I want to live in the moment now. And reach, preach, and teach. That's right. Saints will shine, my guy. Can't stop the hustle. No, can't stop, won't stop, dude. And that's the point. It's like you get it. Basically, you get to chew on this stuff for breakfast, right? So if it's anything, and I would tell a lot of people with their angst and anger, if it's anything, it's fuel for the fire, right? You need some logs, you need some coal. This is the how's the song lyric goes? Love is the coal that makes this train roll, right? So if it isn't love, if it's getting anger, you might want to throw some of that in the steam engine, get some nitrous oxide out of under your timbers, and start make them eat their words. You know what I mean? Like I said, do your worst, for I will do mine. It's punch for punch or double punch. I don't know. Hopefully you get your punches in bunches and you get a punch back. So whatever your situations are, flip them to a win and get yours in the end. So your boy Marquis Saint, I can't stop, won't stop. I love my life. I gotta do some awesome stuff off camera here, and smells so good, and I live a blessed life, and I love to get to go live and help people get through situations that we all have to go through. It's not always rainbow butterflies. Most people don't get to talk about motivation in this light, but it's true. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen to all of us equally. I like to explain people that it doesn't just rain on them, and if we can all learn from it, it would be such a quicker process, So that's what I want to do: shorten the learning curve, get people educated, so they can educate themselves, start thinking for yourself, and that's not something they don't want us to do. So I'll keep doing this show. That's Saint Anarchy. I'm gonna keep doing cool stuff off site here. Oh, this one's brought to you by Billionaire Blunt. Okay, Billionaire Blunt. Holler at your boy Saint's Addiction. You got anything out of this? Like, share, subscribe. Share it with a friend that needed it. And go be blessed. Go bless someone else. Peace and love. Ciao. Beijos.